Right. What up, Sinan? How's it going, dude? What's up? I'm gonna start putting all these links in the chat. Y'all know how it is. You know how it is. Where the hell is that picture? There it is. How's everybody doing? I'm just putting all the links in the chats right now. The YouTube video. Boom. Live on YouTube. What's good, y'all? What's good? I'm almost done putting these links in. Yo, who already claimed, though? That's the real question. Who already claimed and who hasn't claimed? That is the real question. Question of the day. All right, here we go. I think we're done. I think I got it on the chats. Cool. Ducks. Got it. Okay. Right on. Now I can go back and check out the chat. Okay. Ugh. All right. I'm about ready. Sorry. I'm almost ready. Got all my shit. Got my iPad. So I have my iPad pulled up and I can watch the live from like an audience member, so I can make sure everything looks right. And then on my phone, I have that like ready to go in case I need to do something. But I found like this is like the easiest thing ever. But we got like 7 people in the chat. I'm gonna wait another second here. Hold on. Rikers, I did not get into the crypto skulls after Gary's tweet, dude. I missed it. Keeping up with that game is impossible, dude. Like that's the worst part about crypto and NFTs for me, that anyone can just say something like that and it just pumps. It's whatever. I don't really have an opinion, I guess. But let's just say hey to everyone. What's up? Introduce what's up. Kai's in the house. Riker's in the house. JP's now Victor. Stoneboy ETH. What's up, guys? If you haven't already, if you're in the chat right now and you can click the like button, let's do that. Let's get this like button. Let's do this shit. What's up, Mojo? How's it going? We got 8 people in the chat. We got 6 likes. That's decent enough for me to get started. I just want to know who already claimed. Someone tell me. Did you already claim? Have you not claimed? Are you like sitting out on the sidelines? Did you make a lot of money already? Are you holding? You a hodler? You believe? I want to hear some of your opinions on this. And then I'll use some of those opinions to kind of dictate how we go for the rest of the stream. But this video is going to be really important for a lot of you guys, especially if you're not really sure what to do. I did call this on my Twitter last night, actually. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. I called it last night at like 1 in the morning. I noticed it as it was going up, and I think I sold it like around 280. Let me just check real quick so I can find it. You know what? My computer's being too slow. Never mind. I'll pull up on my phone. I don't even know what's going on. You see what's going on. Kai, you see what's going on. I've been working all day. Having a look at my Discord. I wanted to wait to do anything. Claimed to have about 3 ETH in volume till 16th December. Wow, good shit. Nice, Joseph. Nice, Victor. Cool. Okay, let me see if I can find the original tweet that I sent out. It was last night, like 1 in the morning. Here we go. I found it. So about 12:30 a.m. last night, I put this out. I said, "LooksRare, eh? And this is right before. I mean, I think there was at this point maybe like a few people who were talking about it. One of the guys in my Discord, shout out, is the one who put it into the thing and was like, "Hey, by the way, have you heard about this?" And I went and did a quick check, and I went to go look at how much I had. I had about 800. So let's just get started right now. We got about 10 people in the chat. That's enough to get started, I think. Is it right? 10 people? Yeah, 10 people in the chat. We got how many likes? 10. Let's fucking go. 10 likes. Amazing. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys all being here. We're gonna get started right now. Welcome back to the Joyage Kingdom. In today's video, we're going to be talking about LooksRare token, or cash symbol looks in all caps. This is an NFT marketplace that's trying to take over and beat out OpenSea. They're trying to be a decentralized platform for the people. You know, we just saw this with OpenDAO. We just saw this with GasDAO or whatever. We saw this. This is a common trend, right? This one's coming in at a bit of a different angle, and there definitely are some things that are more interesting to me than OpenDAO was and Gas. So this project is a little bit more interesting to me, but it's also because of those interesting factors, they've raised some red flags for me also. And so you guys want to make sure you are here till the end of the stream to find out why that is, and maybe wait to make a decision before you do anything. Full transparency, I claimed about 800 tokens worth at about 280 is where I sold last night. And so since then, this is, I think I sold about, I guess it would have been, so they launched yesterday, right? And I picked them up around 10:15 a.m. I sold about here. So 289 is about where I sold. It did a bit of a run up to about 380. But you know, I just took my profits early. For me, I was like, you know what, dog? I got 800 tokens in my wallet right now. It is worth $2,000 to me right now. My gamble is I wait, see if it does a 5-10x, or it goes to zero. 50-50 chance of that happening. I don't know what the market is going to say when this project starts to hit like big time, right? Because at the point where I got this message last night, this wasn't really being like, it wasn't like trending yet. People weren't all finding out about it. So we got in a little bit before. So if you're in my Discord, if you're following me on Twitter, you would have gotten a notification. So make sure you're following me. Links in the description for those, because there are some, most of the time it's not time sensitive. Every now and then there's a very time sensitive shit going on, and you're going to want to make sure you're in my Discord and my Twitter to find that out. But I wanted to make sure you guys were aware that, you know, there's a lot of narratives going on right now, and I just want to make sure I cover everything. So I got my notes up right here. And yeah, so you can't know. So last night when I made a decision to sell, I didn't know if tomorrow LooksRare was going to disappear or if it was going to be on the moon just like OpenDAO was, and I'd be like fucking punching the air because last time I sold too early, right? But I don't know. And so for me, I said, look, fuck it. I was thinking to take my $2,000. I see profit. You know, if you miss out, you're just basically saying this 2,000 is worth, it's, for me, it's more worth it to just like take my $2,000 than to just like take a gamble and not get anything. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm more conservative. I've just seen that for every OpenDAO and every LooksRare, there's 100 projects that suck, right? And you just don't know which one's going to be which. Anyways, one of the things I noticed about, so let's just take a look at this real quick. So it looks rare, 286 price. They launched yesterday. They've kind of done a little bit of run up and then a little bit of a correction. We're seeing a lot of people on Twitter about this. Their Twitter account, 71,000 followers. That's pretty fucking fast. They joined in August 2021, so they've been building, I guess. But I guess they sort of came out publicly, and I'm not sure what kind of like sparked this whole thing, but whatever. Just want to take a look at OpenDAO. Project very similar. This is what happened to them, right? This is where we would be probably in this whole thing. So it's a chance that LooksRare could do a moon shot, you know, and then, you know, come back down, or it could do absolutely opposite, go straight down. We just don't know what's going to happen. And I just want you guys to know that if it has a similar narrative to OpenDAO, it's going to have a lot of support, and then a lot of people are going to sell off and take profits, and it's going to start going down. And unless the LooksRare marketplace has something to offer that's so much better than OpenSea, then it's going to be very difficult for LooksRare to just come in and just like dominate. And this is OpenDAO's Twitter page. 150,000 followers. Let's see. And currently, LooksRare is, someone sent this to me earlier. They were like, oh my god, look, the volume's passing OpenSea. And that's great, but also, like, you know, this is like it's trending right now. So, like, of course, the volume's up, right? And, like, in the grand scheme of things, overall volume, OpenSea beats out LooksRare by 1 million because OpenSea's been here. It's tested and, you know, tried and true, or whatever you want to say. OpenSea's got its problems. But it's the same concept as people saying Ethereum's going to get flipped by Solana this year. It's like, no, the fuck it's not. Ethereum's tried, tested, years of experience, years of dealing with a ridiculous amount of volume at the same time and not completely crumbling. Like you guys saw Solana do this earlier this year. They had a little bit too much volume and the whole fucking marketplace just crashed and everything broke, right? So that's the difference between these bigger companies is, yes, they have a lot of problems, but they can also take care of the things that need to be taken care of to be able to be a corporation that's that big to house that many people. Let's see if I missed anything here. Another thing I noticed with LooksRare, let's take a look at it real quick. So LooksRare, this is their website. They're trying to replace OpenSea. For me, this doesn't look cool enough to just aesthetically. I just not like a huge fan of this website. It's pretty fucking basic. Honestly, it could be better. But you know, it's pretty simple. It's just very similar to OpenSea. I'm not really, I don't know. It's just very basic. I feel like they could do something better here. If they're going to try and beat out OpenSea, they need to be so much better than OpenSea in every possible way, not just money. Because one thing I'll tell you is, I said this earlier, right, on many videos actually, that we're about to see a repeat of 2015, 2016, 2017 social media influencers, businesses, sponsorships, ambassadors. We're about to see a rebirth of that. So if you're able to stay ahead of the trend and pay attention to what's going on back then, like I'm doing and talking about my YouTube videos, then you're going to be fine. Because if you're thinking about that stuff, you're going to notice these things before they happen. And for me, I've seen a lot of almost YouTubes, right? So let's give an example of like YouTube and comparing that with Ethereum, right? Say YouTube is Ethereum, right? And then these other random, like LooksRare or whoever's trying to rival OpenSea, we're doing OpenSea with YouTube. Sorry, I'm a fucking idiot. So YouTube is OpenSea, right? They're the big dog. Everyone uses them for the most part. They got a bunch of problems, but it's what everybody uses, right? Everybody else is all these other fucking random things. Like, I think, what was it that was trying to rival, like, Netflix? It was, like, Quibi or something, right? And they basically just onboard all these celebrities, all these, like, famous people and say, well, with all the support of these famous people, we'll just take over, we'll just beat out the other competitors. And that's just not the case. You can't beat experience, time, and, you know, people actually using the thing. It's just not a thing. And so it's just going to be very difficult. It's going to be much harder than people think. A bunch of hype and demand for a few weeks, days probably, is not even, it's not, you need so much more. It's not even funny. You need so much more to flip a marketplace like OpenSea. Doesn't matter how bad it is. If that's like the main thing, very, very difficult. Now, let's look at some of the things I've been hearing, right? I've also seen this on Twitter. This is by Volterra ETH, the CEO or the founder or whatever of Psychedelics Anonymous. I just want to show you real quick. He said, it took 6 minutes for LooksRare to respond to my DM about verifying psychedelic NFT on their platform, and we were verified. I think people underestimate how powerful communication fundamentals are. Project can be improved. I'm bullish on base level ethics and service principles. So I agree and disagree with this. I think it's a very good tweet. I'm sure he meant well, but also it's worth noting that he's also a very big influencer with the very trendy, popular project. So of course they're going to fucking respond to you first. I'm sure there's 100 other projects that haven't gotten a response. So that's it's a little bit of like, yeah. But I do agree with him saying that's important that they are, you know, focusing and that they know, that Volterra and Psychedelics Anonymous is trending. It's a trendy subject right now. It's important to make sure they've got their shit squared away with them. And so it is good. But I want you to make sure that you guys know that, he's also famous and that's why he responded. And he's, I'm sure, holding a very, 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 very large bag of LooksRare NFT token, which I'm sure he will probably take profits on. And same thing here, right? So this guy made a very good thread. It kind of went viral on Twitter. A lot of people read it, right? He's basically explaining the entire what happened, which is fantastic. I'm so excited. But if you take a closer look, you'll see on the third one down, full transparency, I'm an investor in LooksRare. Price went up. I'm an angel investor. So while this doesn't completely throw out this entire thread and say, okay, you know what, this is I'm about to read a very biased thread. If you can go in with the mentality that he is someone who's bullish on the project, but hopefully he's not lying, then we can do some learning and some analysis here. Obviously, it's a new project, so everything he talks about is either a total speculation into the future, or just him saying, this is how I feel about the project so far, based on the vibe I have. So let's get to reading this shit. Let's just cover this. Let me pop in the chat real quick. And I think I already told you guys, I already claimed 700, sorry, of my 800. I kept a 100 token moon bag. You always have to do that. So I kept a little bit of a small moon bag, but for the most part, I cashed out around 280. So let's see what we got. OpenSea's going to tank eventually, Jesse. Maybe, dude. Maybe, People say that about Ethereum. Maybe. We'll see. I think they'll probably all coexist. Nice. All right. How many people we got in the chat, by the way? We got like 13 people in here right now? 15 people? How many likes we got, though? Oh, shit. Let's go. 16. I like you. I love you guys. What's up, guys? Hey, I appreciate everyone being here. David, Bryce, Big Crypto, let's go. Jesse's in the house. David, Joseph, Victor, introduce. Nice, I appreciate you guys being here. Let's get into this little thread. So we're just gonna take this as a very base fundamental. Let's just get a grasp of what's going on here. So they're looking to be a decentralized NFT marketplace, looking to directly compete with OpenSea. There's a token. That's one thing that's very big for a lot of people right now that they're saying is really important, that OpenSea doesn't have their own token. Here's the problem with that, dude. OpenSea could just make a token and then fucking boom, like this argument is done. Now they have a token. I assume OpenSea will probably have a token at some point, but they're trying to say they're decentralized, so that's a big question of if. We also, for some reason, all assumed OpenSea was decentralized or something for a long time, and then we were like, wait a second, OpenSea is centralized as fuck. And so I don't know if this is decentralized. I haven't seen that much into it yet. Obviously, they literally just launched their whole shit yesterday. So I would like to do more of a deep dive, and we'll probably talk about it on an upcoming episode. 12% of the supply was airdropped 2 days ago. How can you claim it? You basically just go to this website and fucking click check. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. And so basically, depending on how much ETH you've used in a certain time period, I used anywhere from 20 to 35, it looks like, so I got airdropped 800, and so wherever you fit in here is how much look token you get, and then you can literally just go to Uniswap and sell it for Ethereum, and then send that shit to, back to your bank account if you want, or you can just keep it in Ethereum. Another massive reason, the big difference they're talking about is the LooksRare is 2% fee for all revenue, gets distributed back to the Looks holders and stakers. OpenSea takes a 2.5% fee, which is higher than the 2%, and it goes all the way back to their pockets. This is very big for narrative. It's more big for narrative than anything else. I don't really have a problem them paying back to the people who work there, but it is interesting that they're taking less and they're giving back to the community versus taking it, and so that's going to be a pretty big talking point. I'm sure that's going to be one of their biggest narratives they're running with. And obviously, this is him just adding into the fact that he's very bullish. We don't really need to talk about that. That's not that important. And so he's basically talking about he likes that they're not really going to make a lot of money. This sounds very good, and it's like, oh, look how great we are. But who knows if this is true? I'd like to think, yes, they really believe in this technology, believe in this company, this brand, that we're looking to work no matter what. That's what I would like to believe. Unfortunately, I doubt it. So CryptoPunks Larva Lab did this same way where they took 0 fees. Okay, here's the difference between you can't compare CryptoPunks. Okay, CryptoPunks happened like forever ago, and they didn't have all this information and knowledge now and be able to look back on history. All right, this project looked back at history and looked at CryptoPunks and said, oh, they did that. Let's just do the same thing. Right, so that's kind of defeating the purpose. It's kind of like a lot of new projects right now. They all have roadmaps, they all have staking, they all have utility, they all have all the buzzwords because they're looking back at the previous project and say, what did they have? The difference is, back then when they launched that was before they could look back and say, oh, what do we do? Oh, we do staking. They come up with that and decide that because that's what was important and valuable at the time. They listen to the sports. What do we want? We want staking. We want bring. Let's make it happen. This time around, they're going backwards. They're working backwards. They're working the wrong way. So this is kind of, I don't really think this is that important. I think this is stupid. Whatever. Not that he's stupid. I just think that's kind of irrelevant. For the tokenomics, 75% goes straight into the community. Tokens distributed through the initial airdrop, staking rewards, trading rewards from active participants. So this is all of this tokenomics, right? You can be an expert in tokenomics or know nothing about tokenomics. Here's all you need to know if you're a normal investor. All you need to know about tokenomics is it only matters if you have users using your shit. If no one is using your token in your ecosystem, tokenomics does not matter. I don't care what amazing tokenomics advice you have in your team. Without users and demand, it doesn't matter. It matters not. None. Right? So this only works if you get enough people trading on this platform, right? Do you know how fucking hard it is to get people to move away from YouTube to another long-form social media platform? Stuff on YouTube would have to be so bad that it's like literally just impossible to do. We're like, no, literally fuck you. Like anything is better. OpenSea's not there yet, I don't think. So all I'm saying is that it's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be difficult. But if it works, this is lit. If it works, I'm a huge fan of this. I just don't think, it's just going to be really hard. That's all I'm going to say. And then you can also make you can basically be a floor sweeper bot. I don't care for that. I don't think that's really helpful for what I'm trying to push in this channel. But yeah, apparently you could just turn into a bot. So I guess if that's something you want to do. So yeah. Let's see, and then I guess it automatically also relisted the real floor. So you basically what he's saying is you can send a bunch of bots to offer a lower price than the floor, which is essentially scamming, but it's also just like taking advantage of people who aren't paying attention. So whatever, it basically says you can do that, automatically flip it on the original floor and make like an instant profit, and that's people who are looking to be like proper degens. So if that's you, that's gonna be really big too. But again, that's only if enough people are on the platform who care. However, I will say that one thing that is interesting is what I could see is a lot of projects jumping on to LooksRare and say, okay, we'll try you guys out. But what I think is most of the volume is going to still come on OpenSea for a long time at least. Maybe they have a little bit of a push here by the people, but OpenDAO was going to change the world, and I haven't fucking heard a thing literally since like 3 days after they launched. It's just one of those things. It's just a quick world, so it matters just in the team. The team is going to be the most important thing, and then. Yeah, everything else here is not really that important. So I know there's like a certain time period you're able to get like certain rewards. That's also something to keep in mind. Let's see. A lot of people who wanted to sell have sold already, in my opinion. I don't think that's true. I think he's saying that to boost his own bags. Yeah, the reason I say that's not true is because look at this. That's like people saying that here. Most people are out of the project. See, and then we pump and they say, see, and then everyone sells out of the project. That's what I think is probably going to happen. And then this is another thing. They say, look at all the action we've got. Look at this. See how bullish that is? That looks bullish, right? That for a lot of new people, too, you look at this and you go, damn, bro. This just going to the moon. You look at their thing and go, damn, that's looking pretty positive. Higher lows, except you forget this is literally fucking yesterday. Guys, you can't. This is one fucking day. All right, let's go. Let's get ridiculous here. Let me show you something. Let me show you Bitcoin. If we just do the 1 day chart, it tells a very different story than what the project is actually doing. Right? So let's check out Bitcoin real quick. All right, so $42,000 Bitcoin currently. Let's see if this will ever load. My computer always gets so slow when I'm streaming on OBS. Pop in the chat real quick. What's up, guys? OpenSea is focused on centralization, an industry that hates centralization. Jesse, I don't know if I would say they're focusing on centralization, but I will say that's a huge factor as to why people hate them. So if LooksRare is indeed centralized or decentralized, if LooksRare is indeed decentralized, then yes, that will be a huge factor over at OpenSea. Absolutely, I agree with you. As far as big crypto, when you say OpenSea doesn't have as much work ahead of them to really crush competition progress to become the established NFT marketplace, you're half right there. Because yeah, I would say I would agree they're not that amazing. But the difference is OpenSea has 7 months of has a year almost of experience. And is the home of NFTs still. And when you think of NFTs, you think of OpenSea for the most part. That's where you do all your NFT shit. So narrative is just as important as fundamentals, as actual value in a project, as people on the project. The narrative is just as important. Do you think Cardano would have as big of a support rally around it if Charles Hoskinson wasn't as good of a speaker as he is and went live every other day and talked about himself and had his personal branding and get people emotionally invested because he knows the narrative is just as important as everything else. He knows he needs an extra couple of years to make this thing work out. So he's going to talk about it. He's going to get people invested, emotionally invested. Same shit with OpenSea. The difference is OpenSea doesn't have that person who's doing that. So OpenSea could easily get knocked out. But they have a full year of people's experience and trust that they will, for the most part, take care of their shit that they need to. But yeah, if a project comes in and is just that much better and they're decentralized, OpenSea could crash. Absolutely, it could crash. It's just going to be hard. It's just going to be way harder than most of you guys think to knock over a giant like that off his throne. Guys, if you're in the chat, if you didn't like the video, please like the video. I appreciate all you guys. Thoughts on Superfar coming out with the Fry, making a completely decentralized marketplace? I'm a big fan, JP. It's pretty cool. Okay, so here's Bitcoin, right? Here is the 1 day chart. 1 day. Oh my God, dude, Bitcoin's going to the moon. It's going up. Higher lows. But then you zoom out to 7 days, and you go, oh, well, I guess Bitcoin's not going to the moon. I guess Bitcoin's down in the dumps forever. You go to a month, and you say, oh, that's actually started off strong. Maybe it's just a small little dip. You go 3 months out. You say, oh shit, that looks kind of bearish. And you go 1 year out. And you go, oh damn, that's just like hella just volatile as fuck. Right? So it matters. It matters what it looks like. Okay? Same with OpenDAO. You go all out and you go, oh damn, that's basically a pump and dump, essentially is what happened. But you go to 1 day and you go, oh look, I mean it's just like a little bit volatile, but if you scroll all the way out, you say, oh shit. You know, so it does matter the narrative. That's why I bring that up. Yeah, OpenSea is too big to be taken over by a project that just gained traction over Twitter. You're right, Bryce. So that's why it's going to matter what we see in the next few months. If LooksRare can just continue to work hard and bring value to the marketplace and be like, see, all these reasons we're better than OpenSea. And if OpenSea has no answer, then yeah, they'll probably overtake them, or someone will overtake them. What I think will happen is far more likely is OpenSea is just going to pick up their shit and do their stuff right and become everything that they want. People want them to become. I think that's more likely to happen than OpenSea getting trampled. That's just my opinion. So yeah, let's see what else I got. Anything else over here? Yeah, another thing is that's cool that you do get to stake your loots to get more looks, and so that is interesting. This stuff is more narrative based. It's like OS is Web 2 just trying to just come into a Web 3 community. LooksRare is the opposite. And I do like that. I do like getting behind this, but I don't think one Twitter thread and a bunch of moon boys screaming, yes, LooksRare to the moon is going to be enough to topple OpenSea. So I agree with most of you guys in there. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then, let's see. My AMA question of the day. If you're in my Discord right now, links in the description below. If you go to the AMA section for AMA for YouTube videos, you can ask a question. As a photographer, what are you looking for in a photo NFT collection? How would you rate, choose, pick find a good NFT photo collection? This is by GWiz yesterday at 1:41 p.m. Thank you for your question. So I'll just use my NFTs for an example. Here's one of mine called Birth of a Passion. This is part of my prequel NFT project. The floor is 6.9 ETH. We got 24 items, 24 owners for 26 items. It's a photography collection, but the difference is there was a lot of narrative and story that went along with this. I made a full YouTube video talking about each one. Under every single photo, there is a bit of some backstory on what it is, what it means to me. And I'm also very communicative and open about my art, and I talk to people who DM me about it. And so that's what I would say for anyone who has a art project. You want to find people who injecting themselves, because when you see the photo, obviously, yeah, like, okay, whatever, this is a cool picture or whatever. Like, it's not that great of a picture, right? But when you say, oh, but I really like Cade because of these reasons, and oh, this is when he first, ever held up a camera for the first time, and picked a camera for the first time as like, this is my thing, and that's cool to kind of like invest in him and like buy a piece of him kind of thing. And like, that's how I look at art projects more. My NFTs are access key focused. That's why the floor is so expensive to get in. Like, you can't get into the second project for under whatever 6.9 Ethereum is. And for the other one, I think it's like 0.3, and then it bounces to like 4 Ethereum. So my photography sets are difficult to get because of my social position as far as like being a YouTuber and people buying in me, investing, believing I'm going to be bigger. But if you're not going to be like a content creator like that, then you absolutely need to be connecting with your audience and supporters by doing things like this, making TikToks, making videos, like tweeting about them, making people hear and get invested in these pictures and NFTs and be like, wow, like, I want to buy that. Like, I like that person. I like what they're saying. I want to support. That's how you make sales. And if you're looking for an NFT project, looking for artists doing that is how you're going to find the coolest ones. Because that's when you buy them, you're going to be so happy you did. Like, for example, I got this in the mail yesterday from an NFT I bought. His name's Charles, and he sent me the original oil pastel painting that the NFT like represents the blockchain, right? He sent me the real one, and I just got this in the mail. And now I'm like, that is so special to me. I'm going to have like the real piece in my house, and I own the NFT, and I like him, and he's making content, and I feel so special being an owner. So that's what I take there. So I'm going to hop in the chat for a second and see if there's anything else. Let me make myself full screen again. We're going to go into AMA mode, or sort of AMA mode. Hold on. Damn it, I just realized my like camera has not been on full screen the whole time. My face, there was like a corner of the screen that was just totally blocked off black. That's bothering me so much now. Fuck. Let me pop into the chat, see if there's anything going on. David, why is the first thought to take over OS? All it needs to do is take a quarter of its business and will be more than successful. because here's the reason why. Because all the other NFT platforms, IMX, SolSea, Avalanche, whatever, they're all competing for second place right now. It's so clearly OpenSea, and so no project wants to go in and be like, oh, we just want to be like a competing marketplace that kind of hangs out and stuff, and we make some sales and like we have some volume. Like they want to take over. Every project wants to take over for whatever facet in any industry ever. Like, you don't go into the makeup industry hoping to make a couple sales here and there, and have a couple followers. Like you want to be the biggest. You want to be the best. Like you believe in your product. It should be reached out by the most people, and that's how every project needs to have that mentality. You have to have the mentality, otherwise you're not going to make it. If you don't have the mentality of like I want to win, how the fuck are you going to win? So that's how I think about it. But there's no shame in LooksRare just being a normal NFT marketplace that people like to use. I mean, I use Solana for art. I don't really buy much art on OpenSea. If I can help it, I'd rather use Solana because it's cheaper, it's easier, and I feel like it's a little bit more personable of a marketplace. And so I like using SolSea more for art. And so OpenSea could do better as far as like personal branding themselves as a marketplace, especially since they're centralized. I'm like, bro, if you're already centralized, fuck me. Just get the CEO and have him start talking about shit. Do a podcast, get people to like the OpenSea team, and be like, you know what? There's a lot of projects out there with basically centralized teams. Let's be honest, all these empty projects are fucking centralized. Yes, they all have DAOs, but in the end, they're centralized. And so for people saying, we're all going toward Web3 and decentralization, like, no, we're not. We're not going toward pure decentralization. It's not a thing. You can't do everything with decentralization. There needs to be some centralization everywhere, right? Because otherwise we can't get shit done. Like someone has to code the shit, and someone has to like be the manager and get everyone to work together so that we can pull off the project at the end of the month because we said we were going to because the community voted on it. So there's like a lot of decentralization within like a centralized location to make things work. And so just so you guys are aware, that's just kind of a rant for like a broad mindset thing. But let me see what else we got here. You're right, but I think the source of OpenSea FUD is coming from user experience, knowing the company represents, knowing that it's not a suitable business model in Web3. Jesse, you're absolutely right. I just don't think it's enough yet. There's not enough of a pushback against OpenSea to get people to genuinely say, okay, fuck them, I'm done. It's enough to be like, fuck them, but I'm still going to use them, whatever. But it's not enough to be like, no, literally, we're overhauling you. I'm deleting all my NFTs on your marketplace and moving them over. That's a lot of work, right? I can't even get some of you guys to like this video, right? The chance of you moving all your NFTs over to this other platform and getting rid of OpenSea is like zero, And that's why I just say that. But anyways, guys, if there's any last questions, drop them in there. Otherwise, I think this is a pretty successful broadcast. I mean, it didn't look like anyone was like upset about anything. Again, I wanted you guys to know I still hold a very small moon bag of this coin thing, LooksRare. I sold most of it off around 280. I have no idea if it's going to go up or down. I don't really care. It's just interesting to speculate on. And I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Make sure you remember profit is always profit. You're not going to call the top. You will never call the top. I don't think there's ever been a time where I literally call the top. Like, it's just not going to happen. Okay, you have a 50-50 chance when you sell that it goes up or down. If it goes down, you're like, ah! If it goes up, you're like, fuck me. Just remember that you cannot call the top or bottom. That you're probably going to get in the middle, and that is okay. There's no shame in that. Alex Becker last year, or this past year before the bear market started, got out when ADA was at like under $3, and everyone was like, ADA went to 350, you're a fucking loser. And he goes, yeah, but I got all my money out. So I made way more profit than you because you held half your assets a little bit too long, and now they're in the negatives. And so it's important to remember that you're going to have to take profits earlier and often than you think, and that is okay, and profit is profit. If you're handed free money like we just were, like LooksRare just handed me money literally, then if you can handle that kind of gamble of saying, I don't really need this money, fuck it, I'll just take the gamble, then, more power to you. If you're like, dude, fuck it, that's $2,000 sitting right there for free, I'm going to just take that and whatever, then do that also. But it's okay to do both is what I'm saying. So I appreciate you guys all being in here. So I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who's watching live, anyone who's watching outside of live. If you're not watching this live, if you want to see more of me right now, click on this box on the other side of me. If you are watching live, code word is going to be, what should code word be? Rare? or looks. Should we just do LooksRare question mark? 2 words, code word LooksRare question mark. Sounds good. Thank you guys all for being in here. Until next time, continue on your Joyage, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye.